I met him at a roast battle in North Jersey. So it's like a funny coincidence that he lives really close to me now. Or I live really close to him because he was here first.
I own South Jersey.
I remember they were fucking with you, the judges. They were like, just quit comedy. They're like, you're handsome. They're like, comedy is for ugly guys who need to develop a personality to get laid. You're already handsome. Fuck off. We don't want you to be funny. Go kill yourself. Like, they were just very...
It's always fun getting that reaction from somebody and then eventually becoming friends with that person. Yeah. And then they're just like, oh, you're okay person. Because there's that it's a stigma, if you want. Like, an attractive person is a shitty ass person. Yeah. That's what everyone, and I think it too when I see them, like, that person's, they're probably empty and shallow. And then you're like, no, that person's a doctorate and, is like, donates their time to the needy and stuff. Yeah. But so that was like why I came up with the name Handsome Idiots for the podcast, and it is something we just cringe every time. I'm like, God, it's fucking stupid. But Matt is another, like, he's a handsome guy, and every time he and I would get brought up at open mics, they'd be like, give it up for your next comic, Handsome John. In Harrisburg, they used to just introduce me as Handsome John. And I was like, guys, I'm a Harrisburg 6. Like, this is... I'm just doing okay here.
Like you probably to a certain degree kind of get annoyed with this stigma.
So it's funny because then it's always like, well, this guy gonna come up, talk about drinking beers and doing cool guy things, and I'm like, I'm a dad and it scares me. And everyone's like, wait, what? Like, so it is fun to like play off of that. Like,
so you have to like intentionally make yourself ugly or like don't shave. Like.
Well, no, it's like no. If people tell you you're an attractive person, lean into that, but also show them that you're like, oh, I also have really in-depth thoughts, or I'm funny. Like, so it's such a vain topic to even discuss. Like, you're like, but you're like, I don't know. People take pride in themselves sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes people don't, and some of my best friends don't, and I still love them. And some of them are Adonises, and I'm like, and you're a good person. Like,
looks don't mean anything. Like, because you can see. Like, you can see someone who's conventionally attractive or beautiful and get to know them and find they're a piece of shit. You can see someone who's conventionally beautiful and find out they're fucking awesome. Yeah. The one that comes to my mind for some reason is not Dolly Parton. Yeah. She's like, I mean, I don't want to say, like, when I say conventionally beautiful, that's very outdated, but she's like very fake looking. Like, she's got breast implants and like the whole 9 yards. Like the whole everything. Like, from just looking at her, you would assume she was shallow. Yeah. Like, you're like, oh, this shallow, dumb bitch. But if you like listen to her in an interview, she is the sweetest, kindest.
And then you remember, she also has one of the best voices like of all time. Like,
she's just like such a doll. You know what I mean? Like, literally and figuratively, she's like a doll. But then you can meet someone who's like that, like with breast implants and all dolled up, and who's a piece of shit
in their brain. That's my biggest thing is when somebody's just like they put all their focus into being a really appealing shell, and then inside they're just like, I don't know anything. You're like, come on, just like at least turn on the news, something.
Yeah, no. When I was like my quote unquote most attractive, like I get it depends. It's all perspective. But I remember when I was like 25, I was like really into like I had an eating disorder. Like,
that's the thing.
Like, I was like too skinny. But I got like attention from other women, like like, it's funny. Men were the one who were like, you need to gain 10 pounds. But women were like, how did you do it? Like, what's your secret?
Oh, and there's so much of that.
Maybe
where
that's how
like,
I make friends. Just like
dudes are like, I'm getting jacked for girls. It's like guys are just getting in shape so other dudes won't be like, look at this fucking pussy. Like,
but like, it's funny, like thinking back to that, like it's funny, like how do I make friends? Just have an eating disorder. Like I'll have women flocking to me. I got all this attention from like women. They thought I was so cool. But on the inside, I was like the most miserable I'd ever been because I was hungry all the time.
Right.
Like, so looks really only go so far.
It's I'll say like being a handsome dude can just get you a good tea time at a golf course. Maybe that's about it.